story begins in a small village tucked away in the hills. It was a place where life was simple, and dreams were often overshadowed by the harsh realities of survival. Yet, amidst the rustic charm of the village stood a humble school, its walls painted with bright colors that seemed to echo hope and curiosity. In this school, there was a teacher named Mr. Raman, a man with graying hair, kind eyes, and an unshakable belief in the potential of every child. One day, as the students filed into the classroom, their chatter echoing off the walls, Mr. Raman noticed something unusual. There was an empty desk at the back of the room. It belonged to a boy named Aman. Aman was a quiet but bright student who rarely missed a day of school. Concern flickered across Mr. Raman's face, but he decided to start the lesson, hoping Aman would show up. As the day passed, Aman's absence weighed on Mr. Raman's mind. He decided to visit Aman's home after school. When he arrived, he found Aman sitting on the steps outside his small house, his face buried in his hands. "Aman, what's wrong?" Mr. Raman asked gently. The boy looked up, tears glistening in his eyes. "Sir, I can't come to school anymore. My father says I need to help him in the fields. We don't have enough money, and he thinks studying won't change anything." Mr. Raman's heart sank, but he refused to give up. "Aman, do you believe that? Do you think studying won't change anything?" Aman hesitated. "I don't know, sir. I want to study. But what's the point if I can't help my family now?" Mr. Raman knelt down, looking Aman straight in the eye. "Sometimes, the seeds we plant today take time to grow. But when they do, they bear fruit for years to come. Education is like that, Aman. It might not change your life today, but it will change your life forever." Aman's eyes widened slightly, as if a spark had been lit within him. "But how, sir? How can I convince my father?" "Leave that to me," Mr. Raman said with a reassuring smile. "Just promise me you'll keep believing in yourself." The next evening, Mr. Raman visited Aman's father, a stern man with calloused hands that spoke of years of hard labor. At first, the father was resistant, dismissing education as a luxury they couldn't afford. But Mr. Raman was persistent. He shared stories of former students who had risen above their circumstances, emphasizing how education had empowered them to support their families in ways unimaginable before. "Give Aman 1 year," Mr. Raman pleaded. "If you don't see any change, I won't ask again." Reluctantly, Aman's father agreed, and Aman returned to school the next day. But this was just the beginning of the journey. Aman's challenges didn't vanish overnight. He woke up before dawn to help his father in the fields, attended school during the day, and studied late into the night, by the dim light of an oil lamp. There were moments when exhaustion threatened to break him, but Mr. Raman was always there, offering guidance and encouragement. One day, Mr. Raman announced a statewide essay competition. The topic was the power of education. Aman hesitated to participate, doubting his abilities, but Mr. Raman's unwavering faith pushed him forward. "Write from your heart, Aman," Mr. Raman said. "Your story is more powerful than you realize." Aman poured his soul into the essay, recounting his struggles and the lessons he had learned. Weeks later, the results were announced. Aman had won first place. The news spread through the village like wildfire, and Aman became a symbol of hope and determination. But the story didn't end there. The prize included a scholarship to a prestigious school in the city. For the first time, Aman's father saw the tangible value of education. With tears in his eyes, he hugged Aman and said, "I was wrong, son. You've shown me what's possible. Keep going, and don't ever stop." Years later, Aman returned to the village, not as a struggling student, but as a successful engineer. He built a library in the school, dedicating it to Mr. Raman, the teacher who had believed in him when he couldn't believe in himself. Standing before the villagers, Aman said, "Education is the greatest gift we can give ourselves and others. It transforms lives, one lesson at a time." The empty desk that once symbolized Aman's absence now stood as a testament to his journey, a journey fueled by belief, persistence, and the unwavering support of a teacher who never gave up. The story ends with a shot of the library, its shelves lined with books, as children fill the room with laughter and curiosity. proving that education truly has the power to change the world.
Do like and subscribe this channel if you love your puppy.